Did you ever hear the saying that money doesn't grow on trees? Well, it's very true. But if it doesn't grow on trees, where does it come from? Well, in the United States, there are 6 cities that have government buildings called mints that make the coins and the paper money that we use to buy things. This is a picture of the mint that's located in Denver, Colorado. It's a good thing to know about money because you need money to buy things. Suppose you wanted to buy this remote control car, or a box of Snickers, or a cute toddler backpack, or a Connect 4 game. To buy any of these things, you need money, and you need to know how to pay for them. So let's take a quick look at the money used in the United States. First, we'll look at the coins, starting with the penny, which is worth 1 cent. This is the symbol for cents. It looks like the letter C with a line through it. Next is the nickel, which is worth 5 cents. Then we have the dime, which is worth 10 cents. And notice that even though a dime is smaller in size than a nickel or a penny, it is worth more. Next is the quarter, which is worth 25 cents. It's called a quarter because it's worth 1/4 of a dollar, meaning that it takes 4 quarters to equal a dollar in value. Then there's the half-dollar coin, which is worth 50 cents. And finally, there is a $1 coin, which is equal in value to 100 cents or 100 pennies. This is the symbol for dollars. It looks like the letter S with a line through it. So $1 is equal in value to 100 cents. The important thing is the total value of the money we have. So it's important to understand that these coins have different values and you can use different combinations of coins to get to the same value and to be able to buy things. For example, 5 pennies are equal in value to 1 nickel, and 10 pennies are equal in value to 2 nickels, which are equal in value to 1 dime. Since a nickel is worth 5 cents, 5 nickels are equal in value to 25 cents. So 5 nickels have the same value as 1/4, which is also worth 25 cents. If you had 10 nickels, they would be worth 50 cents altogether, which is equal in value to 5 dimes. And 2/4 also have a value of 50 cents, and a half-dollar is also worth 50 cents. So there are different combinations that can get you to the same value. And you could also use different types of coins to get to a value of 50 cents. For example, you could use a quarter plus 2 dimes plus a nickel. Quarter is worth 25 cents, and the dimes are each worth 10 cents, while the nickel is worth 5 cents. If you add all of these together, you have a total value of 50 cents. And there are many ways that you can get to a total value of $1 with different types of coins. You could start with a half-dollar worth 50 cents, and then add a quarter to bring you up to a total of 75 cents, and then add a dime for 10 cents more to bring the total to 85 cents, then add 2 nickels to bring it up to 95 cents, and then add 5 pennies to bring the total value up to 100 cents, which is equal in value to $1. Okay, now let's look at the paper bills, which are greater in value. The lowest in value is the $1 bill, which has a picture of George Washington on the front. There's also a $2 bill with a picture of Thomas Jefferson, but $2 bills are not used all that much. There's a $5 bill with Abraham Lincoln and a $10 bill with Alexander Hamilton. There is a $20 bill with Andrew Jackson's picture on it, and a $50 bill with Ulysses Grant. And last but certainly not least is the $100 bill with a picture of Benjamin Franklin. All of these were United States presidents many years ago, except for Benjamin Franklin, He was never president, but he was a great patriot, and he played a really big role in the founding of the United States, and he was also a really smart inventor. So now that you know about how money works, how would you pay for the candy and the toys that I showed you before? Let's start with the box of Snickers, which costs $18.94. The best way to write this is with a dollar sign in front of the number 18, and then a dot, which is called a decimal point, and then the number of cents, since the cents are just part of the dollar. Writing it this way, we don't need to use the cent sign. Now, how can we pay for this box of candy? There are many different combinations you could use, but you could start with a $10 bill plus a $5 bill plus three $1 bills. Added together, that brings us to $18. Then, to get to the 94 cents, we need to use coins. There are lots of different combinations of coins that total 94 cents, but you could start with 3/4, which would add up to 75 cents. Then add 1 dime to get up to 85 cents. And then add a nickel to bring us up to 90 cents. Then add 4 pennies to bring us up to the total of 94 cents. So we have $18 in bills and 94 cents in coins. By the way, you can write 94 cents using the cent sign, and you can also write it using the dollar sign. If you just wanted to write 94 cents with the dollar sign, it would be the dollar sign followed by a 0 to mean no dollars, then a decimal point, and then a 9 and a 4 to indicate 94 cents. But the total cost of the candy bars, $18.94, is best written with a dollar sign followed by the number 18, then a decimal point, and then the 9 and a 4 for the 94 cents. The cute toddler backpack costs $11.69, and there are many combinations you could use to pay for this. But here's one way. A $10 bill plus a $1 bill gets us up to $11. Then for the 69 cents, you could use 2/4 to get to 50 cents. Then a dime to add 10 cents, bringing you up to 60 cents. And then add a nickel to get to 65 cents. And then 4 pennies to bring the total up to 69 cents and change. So you would have $11 in bills and 69 cents in coins for a total of $11.69. The remote control car costs $48. You could use many different combinations of bills and coins to pay for this, but you don't have to use any coins since the cost is a whole number of dollars. One way to pay for it would be with two $20 bills worth $40 together, and then we could add a $5 bill and three $1 bills to bring you up to a total of $48. The Connect 4 game costs $15.94. You could use a $10 bill and a $5 bill for the $15. Then for the 94 cents, you could use 3/4 to get to 75 cents. Then a dime and a nickel to add 15 cents more, bringing you up to 90 cents. And then add 4 pennies for a total of 94 cents in coins. So $15 in bills and 94 cents in change. Well, it's great to be able to buy toys and candy, but somebody has to get that money by being paid to do some kind of work. People get paid different amounts of money depending upon what type of work they do and how much they work. Some people earn a lot of money for the work that they do, but many people don't. For example, people who prepare food in a restaurant like McDonald's only earn about $8.33 for each hour that they work. That's not a lot. And the government keeps some of that as taxes to keep the country running. And they have a lot of other things that they have to pay for besides toys. People have to pay for their apartment or house and food and electricity and heat and clothes and lots of other things. So if you want to have a job that pays you enough money to buy all of the things that you need or want, you should study hard and get real smart so you can get a really good job that pays you a lot of money. Okay, well, that's all for now. Bye now.